So you are titling today's note 4B.2 part 2, defining the features of a matrix. Okay, we're gonna go on page 49 of your handy dandy notebook. I believe I'm correct.
47.
No, we're on 49. Oh, no, it's page 40. Oh, whatever yours is. We're on page 49. Okay. Your notebooks for this check, it's going to probably be next Friday. So that's why notebooks to do on December 8th. Okay, so our objective today is to learn the definition of a matrix, observe its features, and identify special types of matrices. Okay, fairly easy day. Got it? Okay. You're gonna see words up here to write down, but what I want you to practice is paraphrasing. Do we all know what paraphrasing means? We read and then we interpret it in our own words, right? That's what we're doing. Got it? So we're on 4B.2, part 2, defining the features of a matrix. And again, this is what page? 49 of our handy dandy notebook. Okay. And we're off. So up first, this is our graphic organizer of our matrix. A matrix is here we go. A matrix is a rectangular array of numbers or expressions organized in rows and columns. Okay. The numbers or expressions in a matrix are called entries or elements. Okay. So if you look right here, here's our matrix. And as you can see, it's a rectangular array. On Thursday before the break, we talked about converting from linear transformations into matrices. You remember doing that? Yes, I showed you, reviewed it a little bit before here. And there's a reason and rhyme to it. So today we're going to work on defining a matrix and its attributes. And then tomorrow we're going to actually be multiplying and adding with the matrices. Okay.
What's your title again?
Me?
What's it called? What's your title again?
4B.2 part 2. The main part is already written on your notes for you. Okay. All right. The column of a matrix. So the column of a matrix, think about buildings, right? Columns hold up buildings. A column of a matrix is a set of entries arranged vertically from top to bottom. Arranged from top to bottom. So knowing what a column is, what is a row, my geniuses? Horizontally from, oh my gosh, y'all are so smart. All right, that's the row of a matrix. I'll give y'all a couple minutes to write down in your own words, shorten, fully write, whatever your heart tells you to do. I will also, if you can't see, I will quickly post this on your Canvas so that you may be able to see a little bit better.
Oh. I think it was too early for my dad to do like how? Can you stop it? Exactly. You more like what's that one? Like all by I swear that bro, you're the one who's going on me for some reason. Come on, what is your fucking line? I saw your line. I can pull up my phone now. Oh, you're going in class? Yeah. In class? I'm sad. Nigga, the maverick. Okay. So, before you got a shirt with like the bird Abby. Bird says 21. You know the earth is 7%, 78% ocean. What?
right, guys, for my ones that are squinting and can't see. So, my little squinters,
You think that every other
5,
thing-
4, 3, 2, 1, whenever and stop being annoying.
People.
All right, so there we go, dimensions of a matrix. So when we're talking about the dimension, I gotta go off. The dimensions of a matrix. We are describing what size, the shape of our rectangle, okay? When we describe a rectangle, normally, what are you talking about? It's what? You describe a rectangle to somebody, you're gonna tell them they're what, the what of the rectangle. The length and the width, right? It's the same concept here. When you're describing the rectangle, you're gonna tell them the length and the width. But when we're talking about length and width, we're describing it as your rows and your columns, okay? So how many number of rows and the number of columns? The way I remember this is RC Cola. Does anyone know what RC Cola is? It's the Dr. Pepper version of Coca-Cola. It is the Dr. Pepper version of Coca-Cola. So RC Cola is how I remember. RC, row by column, okay? Oh, why? Well, guys, for some reason, Linus has not let me load the notes today. They just keep circling and circling. Like, no, they can't see this. I can't tell you why they don't want you to see it. But it is a bit sneaky in the document. I hate my copy. Try again.
Then you went to the like spikes. Doesn't bleed.
All right, if you can't see me, it's been weird all day. I will go back to it, but or you can pull it out of time. Answer the people today.
This is point what we said.
Okay, so I think it's finally loaded. It just kept spinning, so hopefully it shows on your page. But if not, let me know. All right, so square matrix. A square matrix, just like a square, has the same length and width, right? So square matrices have the same number of rows and columns. That's why it's called a square matrix. Square matrices are important because there are certain things that you can do with square matrices that you can't do with a regular matrix. All right. We're on square matrix. Make me wear. Make me run. All right. Row matrix. So a row matrix has dimensions of R by 1. Okay. A row matrix has dimensions of R by 1, meaning that there are a certain number of rows, but you only have one column. Does that make sense? Certain number of rows, but you only have one column. Okay. The thing is, when you have a row matrix, it's going to look like this. You have A, B, C. So notice again, I have number of rows, but only one single column. Anyone want to take a stab at what a column matrix is? The other way. Good job. A column matrix has dimensions of 1 by C. So you only have one row and a certain number of columns. So instead of going vertical, it's now going horizontal. I discovered this morning that I forgot how to write. So in between, I went and typed stuff in because my writing was struggling. And it was horrible. Okay. Doable?
Yeah.
Things to notice. Elements and entries are called by the row and column they are in. Okay. And that's because that's how you know where it's located. So for example, entry A in your example is element 11. That's because it's in row 1, column 1. And I'm going to go back to the previous page so that I can look at it and show you. Did it load finally? Oh, good. About to drive me insane. You just got the will of death. Okay. Can I go back to the example really quick? And I'll come back here. So let's look at our example. So we have here our matrix, right? First, let's define its dimensions. What are the dimensions of what we have here? It's a 3 by 4. Remember, RC cola. So it's going to be your rows, then your columns. So our dimensions are 3 by 4. Make sense? Okay, let's practice our element identification. So if I asked you for element 12, what is element 12?
Yeah.
It's B.
Oh.
Why is it B?
Oh, row 1. Column 2.
Row 1, column 2. So it would be element entry B. Make sense? Okay, let's try another one. If I asked you for element 14, it would be D because we're in row 1, column 4. Yes? All right, last one we're going to try. Let's say element 33. Good job. And why is it K? What is element 33 asking for? Row 3, column 3 entry. And that entry is K. Ta-da! That is defining matrices. How do you feel? Doable? All right, so on your exit ticket card, what you're going to go through is you're going to go through and identify the dimensions and any special characteristics of it. So what are the dimensions? And identifying if it has any special characteristics. And then we will check and be done. Okay, so you are now going to be doing the exit ticket. Is 3 minutes fair? Kind of go through. All right, talk it out with each other. Raise your hand if you need help. I'll be around. I'm here. But you're going to write the dimensions and then identify any special characteristics. Remember, RC Cola.
Oh, you spit everywhere, bro.
That's pretty good. All right.
I feel like one of those little nerds that spit when they talk.
Anyone else?
You got the glasses too, bro. You're a big nerd, so.
We're gonna take it on.
I'm telling you, computer science, mate.
I did the same shit, man.
Thank you.
But why are you left?
Yo, why you say that? He's right now with that. He was trying to hurt Aria. Look at his legs, look at his head. We got like arms here, man. Oh my God. I'm on the Broncos.
Amazing Sunday.
He's a Saints fan. That's right.
Anyone needs a little more time or we're ready to go over it? We're good? Ready to go over it? All right. Okay. A, what are its dimensions?
Oh.
And does it have? Perfect. Oh, we're so smart. What about B? Perfect. C? Perfect. What about D? What about E? It's a 1x3 and it's a what? Good job. And then F. There you go. How do we feel? Easy day?
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow we're going to be multiplying and adding these bad boys. So, you know,
I'm not coming to class.
keep it going. Yeah,
This will be the first day that I actually figure.
it will. You will not. You got this. You will be doing great tomorrow.